guys, welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be my favorite Christmas movies, and then I'm going to include 2 movie snacks as well. And if you hear anything, I have my cats in here, as that's actually normal. So yeah, I'm just kind of letting you know that if you hear anything, that's probably what it is. So I have a list of 25 movies. Some are animated, some are not, and I wrote them down in a list of my favorites, and kind of in the order of my favorites. So some were just kind of thrown in there as I thought of them, and others were actually listed in a particular order. But instead of like telling you where all the movies are, I'm going to list them on the bottom of the screen that we have the actual name, and then down below in the description box I will leave the movie and then where you can find it. I just find it easier than me having to try and figure out and try to remember where all these movies are. My first movie, and actually my favorite movie, is Year Without a Santa Claus. And I'm going to try and explain to you the movie without giving too much away. But basically, this is Santa gets sick, decides nobody cares, and decides he needs a vacation. And then, yeah, that's the problem. A lot of these I'm not going to be able to explain without giving them away completely. So, yeah. But that's kind of the gist of Year Without a Santa Claus. That is I don't know why, but it's my favorite movie. It always has been, ever since I was little. Number 2 is How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And I'm talking the 1960s animated version. I am not talking, like, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with the Jim Carrey version or the newer ones, but I prefer the 1960s How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I think that's because when I was little, that's the one I grew up watching. So that's just my favorite. But basically, the Grinch lives on a mountain. He cannot stand Christmas, but the mountain hovers over Whoville. And Whoville takes Christmas to an extreme. So, as the title kind of says, the Grinch finds a way to take Christmas from them, thinking that's going to ruin their holiday, when it doesn't. So, yeah. And like I said, some of these I might not explain every single one of them, so yeah. Number 3 is Frosty the Snowman. Once again, I think this is from the 60s as well. It's the animated one. I'm pretty sure, but I know which one I'm linking down below. I'm pretty sure I know it's older, but I'm pretty sure it's from the 60s as well. I'm not 100% sure on that. But I don't know why, but I like the classic movies from like the 60s and 70s when I'm talking the animated ones. Except for a few. There are a few animated ones that are newer on my list. So, basically, Frosty the Snowman, the kids build a snowman, he comes to life, and they have to find a way for him to last all winter. So they go and find a way to get him to the North Pole. Number 4 is A Charlie Brown Christmas. I think this is one of my favorites because growing up, we always watched it. It's kind of like the Thanksgiving one. The Wednesday before Thanksgiving, we would all take a break from preparing food to watch A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. So the Christmas one kind of has similar memories for me. We were usually working on Christmas candy or Christmas cookies, and we would take a break when A Charlie Brown Christmas came on and actually sat down and watched that movie. So the 5th movie is Santa Claus is Coming to Town. This is actually my dad's favorite Christmas movie. And basically it tells the entire story of how Santa came to be who he really is, and how he came to be such a big figure for Christmas. Okay, number 6 is Arthur's Perfect Christmas. I'm going to have to stop counting on my fingers because I'm going to run out of fingers pretty quick. This is a show that was on PBS. I'm not talking the 2011 Arthur's Christmas movie. That is completely separate from this. Arthur's Perfect Christmas is about, it follows the Mark Brown character Arthur through Christmas and shows some other families' holiday traditions as well. Like, one of the characters celebrates Kwanzaa, the other one celebrates Hanukkah, and it just kind of throws in everything and all the holidays, and how even though not everything goes right, it can still be a perfect Christmas. Number 7 is Yes, Virginia, There Is a Santa Claus. And this movie has been made several times, but I'm talking the animated version that Jennifer Love Hewitt did. I'm pretty sure she voiced Virginia, but that's the only way I could that's the only way I know how to explain what version of this movie I'm talking about, because there are so many. I didn't realize there were so many until I actually got on the computer to find where it was, and I had to type in who the actress was to find it. But it's based off a question sent into like an 1890s newspaper asking if there is a Santa. And it goes through the answer and all that. So. Number 8 is The Little Drummer Boy. This is my grandpa's favorite Christmas movie, and his favorite Christmas song. And I honestly don't know. Basically, this kid, I'm pretty sure he was orphaned or abandoned. It's been a while since I've watched it. I probably should have watched it before I did this video, but yeah. And he ends up going to the wise men, ends up being with the wise men when they go to see the baby Jesus. And he doesn't have, since he's a child, he doesn't have any money, so he ends up playing on his drum. Because how the wise men brought gifts. Number 9 is Nestor. There are 2 titles of this movie. One is Nestor the Long-Eared Donkey, and the other one is Nestor the Christmas Donkey. It's the same movie. I don't know why, but I honestly do not really remember the whole thing of how he becomes the Christmas donkey, but it was just one of those animated classics that I grew up watching as a kid, and I still actually like till this day. But Nestor is just one of those, if you haven't seen it, and I'm figuring most people haven't, because a lot of people I've talked to have never heard of it, you've got to go watch it. Number 10, The Polar Express. And I'm talking the 2004 animated one. Apparently there is another one, I didn't know that. But when I went to make sure I could find the correct one, the other one popped up. And number 11 is Smoky Mountain Christmas. This is a Dolly Parton Christmas movie from the 80s. I grew up watching this movie as a kid, and it's one of my favorites. It is actually my favorite. It's my favorite non-animated Christmas movie. And for years we weren't able to find it. We finally found it on YouTube. It's the full movie, and this is the only one I'm probably going to tell you where you can find it. But I just love it. She's a singer. She's burned out. She needs a break, so she goes to a cabin in the Smokies, and a lot goes down once she gets there. So, and without giving it, I kind of can't tell you anymore without giving it away. So you have to go. If you watch any off this list, go watch Smoky Mountain Christmas. So number 12 is Unlikely Angel. This is also a Dolly Parton Christmas movie. And this one's got a little bit. This woman, she's famous. She dies in a car accident. But they will not let her into heaven because she hasn't earned her wings. Because in order to earn your wings, you have to be nice and help people. So in order to allow her to earn her wings, they send her into this family's home on Christmas. This family does not celebrate Christmas any longer because of the loss of her mother. So in order to gain her wings, she has to help this family learn how to celebrate Christmas again. Okay, number 13. And this is going to be really funny because if you know me, I am not a big fan of Hallmark movies at all. But this one piqued my interest. The 9 Lives of Christmas. I have cats. Cats have 9 lives. Hence why I was interested in it. But basically, through this woman's cat and a firefighter who found a cat, another reason why I like it, they end up celebrating Christmas together, and yeah, that's basically the whole gist of the 9 Lives of Christmas. Number 14 is A Christmas Story. This is my mom's favorite Christmas movie. And 15 is Holidate. This is a Netflix movie. We watched it last year. It's got Emma Roberts. I can't remember the guy's name. But basically, she's single. Her family likes to give her crap. So she hires a guy to be her date for the holidays. And it's more than just Christmas. It starts with Thanksgiving and then it goes through a whole year, and you end up seeing how their love evolves. Okay, number 16, Santa Claus. Claws, like cats, claws. And another cat movie, not surprising. But basically, there are kittens. They need a home. The little boy puts the cats out and asks Santa to find them a home. And at the end of the night, or at the end of the movie, you realize, or through the movie, you realize that the cats and this little boy have to save Christmas. Okay. Number 17, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. This is another one of those movies, like Murphy's Law movies. It's like, if it can go wrong, it's going to go wrong. Number 18 is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And I'm going off the 1960s version of the movie. I'm not talking the reanimated, the remastered, because they've redone it a few years back, and I still like the 1960s animation one. Okay, 19 is Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. If you know the Christmas song, then you know the plot line of the movie. So that's basically it. I'm just going to kind of stop right there. And this movie, a lot of people don't even know it exists, but it is one of those movies that's really funny to watch. But you need to listen to the song first if you don't know what I'm talking about. And the song is Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. Number 20 is Winnie the Pooh, Seasons of Giving. Of course, I'm a sucker for Winnie the Pooh anyway. So, you throw in a Christmas movie with it, and I'm going to watch it. And I'm just going to kind of leave it at that. It's a Winnie the Pooh Christmas movie. 21, Prancer. My mom hates this movie because when I was little, I loved it so much. I drove her crazy with it. But it's about this little girl who is bound and determined that this deer that she saw in the woods is one of Santa's reindeer. And she has to help him and make him better to give him back to Santa. before Christmas, so Christmas is not ruined. Okay, so 22 is The 9 Kittens of Christmas. This is also another Hallmark movie. The 9 Lives of Christmas is the prequel to The 9 Kittens of Christmas, and it's basically the two people in The 9 Lives of Christmas grew apart over the years, went on about their lives, and then end up coming back together and finding each other again because of 9 kittens that were left at the firehouse. 23 is Franklin's Magical Christmas. This is animated. This is a little kids movie, and it's just one of my favorites. I remember watching it when I was a little girl, when Christmas came around, and when I watched Arthur again this year, I thought I saw the ad for it, and I totally forgot about that as I was making my list. So I put it on my list because and it's not your typical Christmas movie either, because a lot of Christmas movies, even that are made for kids, have this typical Christmas storyline, and this one doesn't. This one isn't about saving Christmas. This one isn't about Santa Claus. It's got a few tie-ins for the typical Christmas, but it's not your typical Christmas movie, which I absolutely love. And it's made for little kids, so it's so cute. 24 is another animated Christmas movie, and it's Merry Christmas, Little Bill. It's not a movie technically, it's like a 30-minute show, and the show is Little Bill, of course, but the episode is Merry Christmas, Little Bill, and this one is not your typical Christmas show, Christmas movie either. It's got how they celebrate Christmas, but in order to celebrate Christmas, it's not complete. I'm pretty sure it's their great aunt, or their I'm pretty sure it's their great aunt. It's not their great grandma, and it's not their grandma. I don't think. It might be their grandma. I don't remember. But that's how they celebrate, and without her, they can't celebrate it. So, yeah. Just go watch it. It's easier to tell you to go watch it than to explain it. Okay, 25. And the final movie on my list is A Merry Friggin' Christmas. This is a Robin Williams Christmas movie. I think it's the last movie he did before he died. And if you know me, I love anything Robin Williams. So, when I saw this the other day, I had to watch it. I'm surprised it took me this long to actually know this movie was in existence. But it did. But it popped up the other day and I had to watch it. But it's about this guy who grew up with a father who destroyed Christmas for him. And as a father himself, he tries to make Christmas this wonderful thing for his kid. But the worst thing could happen. In order to make him believe in Santa, he buys him all these presents and then forgets them when they end up having to go to his dad's house for Christmas. So you see how they work together to save this kid's Christmas, even though the grandpa, played by Robin Williams, doesn't really believe in all the Santa stuff or the Christmas stuff. So that's basically the gist of A Merry Friggin' Christmas. And it'd probably be higher up on my list had I seen it before, but it just kind of got listed as it did. So that's going to be it for my 25 favorite Christmas movies. Now let's go make some Christmas snacks. So that's it for this, my favorite Christmas movies and snacks video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you've not done so already, hit the red subscribe button down below. Make sure you go watch these movies. If you think I left anything off this list, let me know down below in the comments. Other than that, thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.